Hustle culture is the most egotistical and idolatrous practice you can have. Because what you're telling the world and what you're perpetuating to yourself is that if I just work, barely sleep, do, that I'm going to become the greatest version of myself. And that's not even true because nothing that you do is guaranteed on any given day. For people who've worked in entrepreneurial fields, you've had seasons where, yes, it's necessary for you to work your face off. But if you start to identify with, I am a hustler, right? And that's all you're doing, then you will never be satisfied with the outcome. Because once you get to that place where you're supposed to abase and kind of to live in the fruits of the labor, you won't be able to. Because you're going to need to hustle to feel good about yourself. Like, who wants to live that way perpetually? I know people that I love to death who can't even go on vacation because they want to work because they've identified as a hustler. And they got to open up the seven business, even though they haven't needed any more money in the past 10 years to live the exact life they wanted to live. They bought all the things they want. Their kids are set up for life, but I gotta go make more money. For what? That's
What are
vanity
those
at its
people actually
finest.
doing with their money? Right? Like if your hustle is so that way you can like, I don't know, start an orphanage or like feed thousands of homeless people, like by all means, like that's a different thing. But what you're talking about is I swear it's born out of insecurity of not knowing your own value. Because what if, like you made this example before we started filming today. Um, okay, let's say you can make six figures a year and you work 80 hours a year, or 80 hours a week, but I teach you how to do it in 20. What would you do if you were a hustle culture person? You would feel
You're
like you
gonna
needed to
feel
do more,
I
right?
got to do 100 now because
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna work my way into outdoing what you said I could do with the 20. I'm gonna outpace you somehow. For what? To what end except to validate yourself and your own belief in your own capacity, right? And like you just said, that's the insecurity. People who struggle with feeling like they're enough.
Mhm.
If I'm not good enough unless. Because the other
Yeah.
thing about hustle culture is it's very public. Everybody gets to see you running around with your coffee, your 16th coffee today, and look at what I did. And especially with social media nowadays, because everybody who's in hustle culture heavily like to talk about it. Look at what I've done, or this is how far I've come, given the hard work, the this, that, and the other. And there's a good side to that, guys. I don't want to dilute that part. There's a good
No, you're not
side
speaking
to it.
against work. You're not speaking against work.
Yes, because I
Work is
don't
a
believe in
blessing.
laziness either.
Yeah.
Like we don't do
Work
laziness
working
either.
work came before the fall. Like we were given work
Correct.
before Adam, original sin.
And sloth is a sin.
Yes.